Hello friends, I'm back again to show you two new programs. These ones are going to be about music and how you can make your own. Music is a great tool for when you need to use your self-control and your star power. When I'm feeling upset or sad, if I take a second, go put my headphones on, listen to some music, a lot of times that will help me think through the problem that I'm having and find a good solution. So let's get started. All right. First program I'm going to show you is the simpler of the two. This one works on your computer and it'll also work on your phone. It is called Chrome Music Lab. And here I've searched for it. I'm just going to click on it and we're going to explore it a little bit together. So we've got a bunch of different options that we can choose from on this page. Some are simple, some are more complex. But let's jump right in. Let's look at Songmaker. You can see here we've got this big grid of boxes that we can click on to add a color to. Simple, right? If we hit the play button, it goes through those. You can change them up. You can add multiple notes. You can change up what the sound is right here. You could do a piano instead. That's not going to sound. Or strings, or woodwinds, or synthesizer. Let's try this. Down here at the bottom, you can also add rhythms. Okay, simple, right? If we hit the back button, we could try out one of these other ones. Here's a rhythm one. You can add drum beats. And play. And there are a bunch of different ones. Just some fun things that you can play around with. Here's one of my favorite ones. You draw a picture and somehow it turns it into sound. Interesting, right? But there's lots of different programs, lots of different little things in here that you can play around with. Let's choose one more. Let's play with the oscillators. Now here, all you do is click and drag. They can be just a lot of fun to play around with. But that's going to be about it for Chrome Music Lab. Play around, show me what you can make with this. And if you have some time, if you YouTube and look up music that's made with this program, there's actually some pretty cool stuff that you can find. All right, the next program, this one is a little bit more involved. It's called Soundation. The website is soundation.com, and you are going to need to use a computer for this, and you are going to need a login for it as well. I'm going to use my Google login here to get into the studio. This button right here will take me there, and then it's going to load up. Now this is going to look very complicated at first, but trust me, it's actually pretty intuitive, pretty simple. I'm going to start with a blank piece of music, and if you would like, you can go through the tutorial if you want to learn some more things about this. We're going to skip that for us, though. And basically, each one of these horizontal rows is a different music track that we can add sounds to. If we click here on this right side is where the sounds show up. We can click on these to hear what they sound like. Oh boy. Oh, that sounds nice. If you find a sound that you like, all you have to do is click and drag and drop it into one of these tracks. I'll set it right there. And now when I hit the play button, it's going to play what I put there. Now, we're going to add more to this for sure. But I would love this to play behind my whole song. And instead of dragging it over multiple times, I'm going to take the top right corner of this box where my sound is, and I can click and drag. And that'll make it repeat over and over and over again. So let's find something else to add to this. Now, this one I added, if you look right here, this is the beats per minute. In order for this to sound nice, we want to pick other things that have the same beats per minute. So the one I picked is 110. Let's see if we can find some other 110 beats per minute. Ooh. I'm going to grab that and throw this over here because I'm going to use that later, I think. But let's keep scrolling. See if we can find some more 110 beat per minute. All right, we got 100, 100, 140, 90. So, this is good. Can't seem to find any more 110. But we can find things that are close. 105 is pretty close. If you add something to your track that doesn't have the same BPM, it's going to ask you if you want to change something about it in order to make it fit. So let's find like a 100 BPM sound that we like. Sounds kind of nice. So let's drag this over. I'm going to line it up with one of these lines, and it's going to say it's not the same tempo, the same BPM. Would you like to stretch or pitch the file to fit? Now let's see. Let's pitch this one, and let's add another one here and do the time stretch on this one and see how the difference is. Now, each one of these tracks, you can do a couple of things. This M here will mute the track, so I'm going to turn off my drums right now. And we're going to mute this one right here. Let's see what this one sounds like, the tempo one. You see, it sounds a little bit different than our preview. Now, let's see how that sounds different from the time stretched one. So this one sounds lower. This one sounds a little bit higher. All right. So you can decide what works better for you. I kind of like this higher one, so I'm going to delete this. All I have to do is click on it and click on either the backspace key or the delete key on my keyboard. Now let's see how this sounds together. That sounds pretty good. A couple things we're going to do. I'm going to stretch this guy out, top right corner, so it fits all the way in there. And maybe we can add this one in here too. This is how I like to make my songs so that they build on each other. Figure out what you want to start with and then have different things come in. So let's see how that trumpet sounds. I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm not digging that right now, but let's figure out how we can use that. Now, we can change the volume on each of our channels. So maybe that trumpet's just a little too loud. Maybe we want that to be in the background, and we'll put it back here. We'll turn that volume down. Let me turn it up a little. See, I like that a lot better. Now it's not as in your face as it was before. But what I would like to do with this one and with this one here is have them fade in. Instead of have them be that volume the whole time, I'd love to have them gradually come in. And that's what this button right here does. If I click on here and go to volume, it gives me this little line. This is the current volume, this gray line here. If I click on it, it's going to add a little square. Now that's going to hold my volume right there, but if I click on another spot, it's going to give me another square, and I can drag it. So this is going to keep my volume off all the way until it gets to here, and then it's going to gradually turn that volume up. So let's try that. Let's see what happens. See that? See, that's a nice transition right there. And I want to do that same thing with my trumpet here. We're going to keep it nice and low, and then we're going to gradually come into it. Let's try it. Do the same thing at the end. We could fade all this out. And then maybe we want this to stop right there. So our ending will sound like this. That's not bad. For a quick little song we just did in 5 or 10 minutes. Pretty nice. There's a lot more that you could do with this. If you really love it, you can actually do the paid subscription. That gives you a lot more sounds to choose from. But there's a lot here that you can mess with and add to this. This is just the beginning of a song. I would love to add more transitions and things like that into here. So those are the programs I got for you today. Maybe make yourself a little song that can help you relax when you're not feeling so cool. And I would love to hear anything. Post it up. Hit up the Facebook page and show me what you could do. Thanks for watching.